Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nabil Musa. My ID number is 2020990401.
My name is Nabi Alfina binti Jasri. My ID card number is 2020571851.
My name is Batisha Uzma binti Junaidi. My matric number is 2020534265.
Hi, my name is Nur Sashra Amirah binti Mak Raji and my student ID is 2020702775.
Quality culture is the most important factor in developing a quality culture in the public sector. According to Edgarson 1992, quality culture is an external adaptability and internal integration in an organization that must learn to observe, think, and solve problems in any setting. A quality culture is found in a functional organization that focuses on imparting attitudes, cultural patterns, belief, behavior, knowledge, procedures, rules, and skills. It is a systematic approach to developing an extraordinary work culture that builds and improves the company over time. Furthermore, a common quality must be met in a quality culture. It acts as a guide for cultivating a positive mindset. A company's value system that develops great work cultures resulting in the establishment and continuing improvement of quality is known as quality culture. To be more specific about organizational culture, there are 5 elements to consider: business improvement, organizational value, cultural role models, organizational rights, ritual and custom, and finally cultural transmitter. It is crucial to acknowledge these 5 factors in organizational culture before learning about quality culture in order for management to fully absorb the quality culture. Organizational culture is a human organizational behavior that is easily defined as the structure of such collective acts and belief that the new organizational members are taught as a tendency to perceive and perhaps even think and feel. It is concerned with how the company culture affects employees and how they interact with others, including their clients. This demonstrates that the organization may face some difficulties as it is difficult to drastically change one's typical routine to a new one. Furthermore, quality culture is related to employee attitude, as in order to ensure that the company receives the best quality in their service, they must ensure that their employees have good customer relationship or learn how to improve their attitude while also improving their communication skills. In order to attain the highest level of management quality, the organization must take the initiative to provide employee training and educational session.
So first and foremost, I'm going to explain on the characteristic of quality management. So, the organization must take an action in order to make sure that the quality culture has been used by each of the employee, as it is one of the ways improving the service and excellent work culture in the organization. There are 6 characteristics that the organization must aware in order to make sure that quality culture used in the organization as well as the management, which are people orientation, market driven, recognition, accountability, responsibility, and last but not least, continual improvement. The organization has to make sure that they fulfill all the requirements in these 6 characteristics as to ensure that they manage to maintain the quality culture in the organization. So now we move to the first characteristic, which is people orientation. So, the management must aware when it comes to quality management in public sector, it involves a large number of people that they're going to satisfy their needed and demanded. This action does not have a fixed capacity or a chosen service that only has to focus. However, it is required for all types of service that has been provided to the public. It says that the management cannot choose what type of service that they wanted to use in the quality management, as it is related to the whole service that existed. In order to make the service become better, at the same time manage to maintain the quality, the organization can have an e-service or innovations while satisfying the customer. As we know, people nowadays are tending to use online platform rather than going to the specific organization, as due to the COVID-19 outbreak that required the customer to make an appointment before satisfying their needed. So, this action has made customers become impatient. At the same time, the organization may receive a bad quality management as they are being forced to follow the government orders to make sure that they are not exceeding the number of people at a certain place due to the social distance order. So, it shows that each of the organization should have their own online service as it gives a lot of benefits toward the organization as well as the customers. So now we move to the second characteristic, which is market driven. Market driven is actually a company's policy or strategy is influenced by market developments and client requirements rather than the company's producing capacity or present goods. As we know, public sector is not focusing on making profit. However, it is still driven by the market, so it is required them to always maintain their service. Different people has different kind of expectation towards the service that they needed. So it is very crucial to maintain and improving the service as the organization cannot expect what kind of expectation for each of the customer. So when it comes to the service, it should be the customer demanded the quality of the service as the organization giving the service. The result of service should be rated by the customers and not by the organization. Now we move to the third characteristic, which is recognition. Recognition is one of the important things that the organization should aware because employee tends to feel unmotivated, especially when the organization do not appreciate them and do not recognition them. The organization did not run smoothly without the hard work and skills from the workers, so it is very crucial to always recognize them as well as motivate them in order to make sure that they realize that the organization take care of them. As simple as compliment could be the reason that the employee confidence boosts up. At the same time, they show the best dedication towards their work. Next, the fourth characteristic is accountability. Accountability is one of the reasons for having a good organization as it is related with the workers and the organization. Each of the management should have the elements of accountability because it is very crucial in order to make sure that the organization achieve the aims while implemented the elements of accountability in their management. When you hold yourself personally accountable, you accept responsibility for what happens as a result of your decisions and actions. You don't blame others or making excuses when the things go wrong. You do everything you can to put things right. Make sure you understand your tasks and duties if you want to become more accountable. The fifth characteristic is responsibility. So, when we mention about management, it must be related with the responsibility for each of the parties who are involved in the management. As to gain the best quality management in organization, the workers must have the responsibility in their character. As it is already highlighted, that responsibility is the best known character that need to ensure by the management in order to make sure to receive the good governance in the quality culture. Having a responsibility workers, we could guarantee that all the service that has been done is getting certified by the customers. And the last characteristic is continual improvement. Each year there must be a changing or upgrade in the management that can lead to the better improvement that can be done by any public sector. The governments may give an ideas or guidelines on how to improve our service quality as our main goal is to exceeding the customer satisfaction. The organization must take an action by interpret all the ideas and guidelines into the management. Continuous improvement of public products and service has become a persistent goal in the public sector's quality management. Therefore, the organization must always up-to-date their service in order to make sure that the main objective is achievable.
Next is effort taken by government in developing quality culture, which is SIRIM. SIRIM, or also known as Standard of Industrial and Research Institute in Malaysia, is a corporate organization owned wholly by the Malaysian government. It was produced on 1st September 1996 and managed by the Minister of Finance Incorporated. The Malaysian government has tasked it with the responsibility of being the national organization for standards and quality, as well as a supporter of technological excellence in Malaysian industry. SIRIM also used the international recognized set of guidelines to assess and gain approval for electronics and electrical products. Therefore, the safety of every electric appliance is guaranteed. Aligned with SIRIM vision and mission, which was stated in their official web, sirim.my, the vision is to be the best partner for innovation, which means they aim to be a reliable growth partner for every business and company. Meanwhile, the mission is, we provide quality and sustainable innovation to industry, government, and society. It can be seen their objective is to help their client to be internationally competitive with helping in providing innovative solutions through testing, inspection, and certification services. Next, it is essential for every company to register under SIRIM to meet the safety and efficiency requirement. According to CIF Worldwide Sendirian Berhad, there are few actions need to be taken to apply for Malaysia's SIRIM certificate. To begin, the applicant must confirm that the product has passed the safety test. Other than that, MAPS test will be conducted. If the product passed the MAPS test, the applicant shall notarize it. Next stage is certificate of approval. In this stage, the applicant must submit any required document to the SIRIM authority. Lastly is stage 3, where they will schedule an audit to the merchant's warehouse to perform regular examinations after receiving license from SIRIM. This is for the purpose of product part inspection and related reports. In addition, it was stated at SIRIM Cast International, certified products enjoy the benefit of being protected from substandard items and misleading items in the marketplace. Product with SIRIM logo doesn't have to compete with others' product even if they offer lower price. Wise consumer will never compromise their health and safety over price. Okay. Other than that, this also enhance the company's credibility and so expand the market. As we know, it took months of struggle before a company can get their SIRIM certifications. Therefore, having this SIRIM certification surely will gain consumer trust and can increase their sale. Moreover, the quality certification logo is an effective marketing tool for a product. As we know, SIRIM is one of the government initiatives in improving electric and electronic effectivity worldwide. A lot of campaign has been organized by the government to make sure Malaysians acknowledge this organization and its function. Therefore, Malaysian will make sure the appliance have SIRIM logo before buying it. Next, the certificate also means the product is proven to be made under an effective system of testing, supervision, and control. For instance, the consumer doesn't need to worry because the product has met all the safety requirements needed. Lastly, SIRIM also help increase manufacturing efficiency and reduce waste and rejects.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm Nosasha Amirah binti Mat Raji. We will be presenting efforts taken by government in developing quality culture, which is the Malaysian government has developed Malaysia Productivity Corporation or MPC. First of all, before I introduce the MPC, let me explain about organizational culture. Before we go to the meaning of quality culture, we should know the meaning of organizational culture first. The meaning of organizational culture is a pupil assigned to human behavior within an organization, and the way people and groups interact with each other, clients, and stakeholders is influenced by organizational culture. And for your information, actually, it is difficult to change an organization's routine or culture because it must get strong support from environmental assistance. Okay, now we move to quality culture. As we know, quality culture is the environment that supports the development of high quality products or services that meet or exceed the needs and expectations of the organization's public. But we should know to establish a quality culture also need a strong support from leadership or top management. Without them, the organization. Then, let's we take a look about total quality management. The Malaysian government introduced many policies and programs to instill a quality culture in civil servants. Additionally, one of the steps that have been taken by the Malaysian give to improve public service delivery and the quality and productivity of the public sector is total quality management or TQM. This TQM has 7 important of principles for all activities which are top management, support, strategic quality planning, customer focus, training and recognition, performance measurement, teamwork, and quality assurance. However, in total quality management, there are some of the barriers to implementing quality culture in an organization. First is increasing global competition or competitive market. Secondly, sufficient training and communication. Then greater economy, and so on. Therefore, to increase productivity for global competitiveness and innovation, the Malaysian government has set up or developed the Malaysia Productivity Corporation or MPC. Okay, let me explain about MPC. For the first one, we will take a look for background of MPC. The Malaysia Productivity Corporation, which was formerly known as the National Productivity Corporation and was established in 1962 as a joint project between the United Nations Special Fund and the federal government, with Internal Labour Organization acting as its executing agency, and MPC is located in Petaling Jaya, Selangor. Other than that, the Ministry of International Trade and Industry or MITI has assigned MPC as their statutory body. Next, I will explain what is function of MPC. Under Section 7 of the Malaysian Productivity Corporation Act, there are functions of the corporation. For instance, to take the lead in promoting and disseminating information and concerns relating to productivity. Second, to create a national information and reference center for productivity indices, management system and case studies. Then MPC is responsible to provide advice on and coordinate the implementation of productivity and quality that related programs and activities. Next, MPC function is aims to provide high service impact towards achieving performance excellence through innovation for the improvement of life, and so on. So, you guys also can search Section 7 of the Malaysia Productivity Corporation Act to know more about function of MPC. Next, the 11th Malaysia Plan or 11th MP has created the Malaysia Productivity Blueprint or MPB in May 2017 to boost productivity and in a focused and target manner, because they recognize that high productivity actually can help a country change quickly in macroeconomic challenges, as well as fundamental alterations brought on by technology progress. Furthermore, my digital blueprint also has been introduced. It has been introduced to increase economic competitiveness through digitization as stated Trust 2. MPC also has been tasked with identifying key rules for review and updating in order to improve the business climate for digital economy. Additionally, MPC, through the mandate of Malaysia Digital Economy Blueprint or MyDigital, aims to establish 5,000 start-up companies by 2025. Thus, the MPC that has been introduced by the Malaysian government is very helpful to increase productivity for global competitiveness and innovation, and help for those to build up their own company. And that's all from me. Thank you for your attention.
So, in conclusion, there are 6 characteristics of quality management that the organization needs to aware in order to make sure that quality culture is truly used in the organization, which is people orientation, market driven, recognition, accountability, responsibility, and continual improvement. Furthermore, leadership from top management is the key to establish cultural changes. Thus, government has taken an effort in developing quality culture by set up SIRIM to avoid any damage to the consumer and to monitor the product quality. Moreover, establishing quality culture needs strong support from leadership or top management. Therefore, Malaysian government has conducted the Malaysian Productivity Corporation (MPC) to increase productivity for global competitiveness and innovation.